Hey, what's going on, guys? This is AndrewChicken, and welcome back to another video. Lillith got quite a lot of changes in this update, and I haven't covered one of the most major ones up until now, and that's because Cursed Accord got a total rework, and this talent, well, for a while it was bugged, and it was basically combining the penalties of the previous version of Cursed Accord, which reduced your damage, on top of the current penalty of the Reworked talent, which this new talent now decreases the blood cost of your abilities by 35%, but increases Swarm and Deathwing's cooldowns by 1 second. So for a while, you basically increased your cooldowns by 1 second and reduced your damage by a lot. It was not very good, but that bug has been fixed. So now, let's talk about this talent, and what I want to discuss today and sort of experiment with is seeing if this talent is actually viable. It does offer a very interesting thing in the form of a lot of survivability in exchange for actually making your healing worse in terms of just the on-paper raw numbers. So on screen here you can see that on the left we have the default swarms, and I am just spamming them as soon as they're off cooldown, full charge swarms as much as possible. And on the right we're doing the same thing but with Cursed Accord, and you'll notice that on the left, with the default swarms, we are able to heal for a lot more. And that's because, well, the cooldown is shorter, and so we're able to actually stack full charge swarms on top of each other, and this is what's keeping Fernando alive without me having to hex him against this Cassie here. However, you'll also notice that eventually we do run out of blood health completely, and this is a problem because once you run out of blood health, obviously you can't place down a swarm until you regenerate that blood health back, and so that's where we kind of run into a problem where it's not really sustainable keeping up this level of healing without having better self-sustain, and so that's where, you know, you would actually use your hex on somebody. But then to contrast that with what we see on the right, with Cursed Accord, we are able to spam swarms into perpetuity with just my out-of-combat healing, and this is due to the fact that A, it inherently reduces the blood cost of my abilities, but B, it also increases the cooldown, and thus we're not consuming blood health as frequently, leading to an even further reduction of our blood health. And over the span of a minute, because the cooldown is, you know, 33% longer, that means we get basically a further 33% reduced blood health per minute is kind of the way you can think about that. So just based off our shooting range test here, you'd have to be asking, is it actually worth it then to go for Cursed Accord for the extra survivability? Because if you have people shooting at you, that's also going to chip away at your blood health, making it even harder to actually have blood health to use for your swarms and to just stay alive with, you know, a normal talent, Murderous Intent or Maelstrom of Carnage. And it might very well be the case, especially if you are a newer Lillith player who is not good at managing your blood health, nor positioning, nor swarm usage at all. But also, it does have a very substantial cost of that cooldown, meaning you're actually doing lower healing on paper if you need to concentrate healing into a single target. Because as you can see, without any sort of Chronos here, we cannot double stack these swarms. As soon as I put the full charge swarm down, the other full charge swarm goes away. So yeah, and we can also buy Chronos, and at that point we could restore our cooldowns back to the normal 3-second cooldown that Lillith traditionally has. But that is a pretty substantial item sink just to get us back down to where we normally are with Lillith. So, yeah. And at that point you're basically just playing old Cursed Accord, and from that perspective this would be just a healing nerf on Cursed Accord through and through. But you get your damage back, because you no longer have the damage penalty, so we can still do this with Lillith. And that's also a very good thing to consider. So, this is a very interesting talent. I'm going to play it in a match here in a second. And I just want to see how it feels. Do I actually feel like I have a lot more survivability from this talent, or is it not that noticeable? And also, is the healing reduction from me not having as many cooldowns also noticeable? Or am I still able to keep my team reasonably topped off? So yeah, that's what we're going to try and see in this video. Let me know as well in the comment section what you think about this talent and what your opinions are, if it's good or not. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so here we are on Fish Market, and well, if this isn't the most average casual match, I don't know what is. We have two kind of poor solo tank options. We have some really weird DPS picks, and well, I'm playing Lillith, so I'm also kind of throwing, but at least we have my favorite skin. Absolutely love Heartless Pharaoh. It's, well, when I do rarely play this champion, it is my go-to skin. So, let's grab Curse of the Cord here. And we're really going to put this to the test here, because they do have some DPS that can quickly deal with me if I'm not careful. And hopefully, Curse of the Cord reducing the amount of blood health I consume for my abilities will allow me to stay alive much better. And as far as the build goes, it's pretty typical. I don't even think I actually changed this properly since she got reworked, so it might actually be a little bit outdated. But I am using Waning Moon for an even further 20% reduction in the blood cost of Swarm when I hex an ally. And we have Symbiotic Relationship for movement speed for allies within the Swarm, Blood Cannon level 4. Again, that might not be the most optimized Lillith build. I am not a Lillith main, and with the new cards, you might want to go for something different, so refer to the Lillith mains that I'm sure will be commenting down below when it comes to build advice. I'm going to start with Morale Boost as I normally do. I'm going to try and shy away from Chronos just to really see how the impact of the cooldowns feel. Maybe I'll get some Chronos later if I find that it's really rough, but at the start here I just want to see what it feels like normally, so let me hex you, and I have a Swarm, and let me come over here. Try and deploy that over for Atlas. We are already way more spread out than I would like. Alright, let me throw this back there. Swarm for you. Atlas is doing things. How about I hex him? And I guess I'll capture the objective. Oh boy. Alright, well we're managing to make things work here, and I guess, does Atlas really just want to cap? Okay, fine, whatever. There's that. Oof, okay. Yeah, let's drop down here, and let's just let the Hex heal me for a sec. And the nice thing about having less blood cost of my Swarm is that when I am low in a situation like that, I can more quickly deploy the next Swarm if I need to in a tight situation. Alright, let me throw that down. Oh, Shaolin left it. But with my full damage, we can take him out. That does feel really nice having full damage on Curse of the Cord. For the first time, honestly, because it's always been a feature on this talent until now, and it was really annoying. It was actually so annoying that part of the reason why they reworked it in the first place is because Lillith mains, actual skillful Lillith mains, were outright avoiding the talent because of that damage nerf. Because in late game, when, you know, healing is less important because Cauterize ramps up, it really does matter whether your support character can do a good amount of damage or not. And if they can't do a good amount of damage, then yeah, they're going to be much, much less effective for the team. You need to be able to do damage or support your team in some other way, through buffs, debuffs, crowd control, etc. And so taking that big hit to Lilith's damage, it really hurts. For effectiveness in late game, helping our teammates secure kills, but also just staying alive. Like, I think now this talent is a lot more of a survivability talent, because you get your damage back, which helps you defend yourself from enemy flanks and tanks and stuff like that. And also, yeah, you have the reduced blood cost of your abilities, and then you have lower cooldowns, or a longer cooldown, excuse me, which provides a further layer of protection, because that's even less drain on your blood health. You just have to be more deliberate with your swarms, and if your team needs heavy healing, then I guess they are going to have to take a hit to that. This match here is going insanely quickly, though. It looks like we're kind of damage diffing these guys, between the Sky, Shaolin, Dredge, so I guess that's pretty good. Although also not the most drawn-out match that I was looking for. I did kind of want a more even match to test this Lillith talent out. But at the end of the day, I don't know if this talent will be worth it if you are one of those high-skill Lillith players. Because if you are a high-skill Lillith player, you already understand how to manage your blood health properly and make use of your sustain to manage having the higher blood drain of something like Murderous Intent. And so, yeah, if you already are good at managing that, then you would simply get more healing output from one of her other options. And more damage output, too, if you want to think about the Storms also doing damage. So, from that perspective, I'm sure the high-skill Lillith mains in the comment section down below will elucidate me as to whether it is actually viable for a high-skill Lillith player to do this, or if they should just avoid this talent outright. But I do know that, you know, as always, just like before, this will be a good talent for new players who are not skilled at the character yet, because it just makes her flat out easier. So, it does serve that purpose, and I think that is a good thing for Lillith to have, in the sense that she is a really difficult support to understand. She's got a lot of bloat. She's got a very unorthodox style of healing compared to someone normal like Saris. So, yeah, from that perspective, I think it's good to have an introductory talent, even if it's not the strongest option available. Kind of like how Saris is the introductory support, but definitely not the strongest option available in a lot of circumstances once you get to those higher elos of gameplay. Alright, let me get a swarm down here. Gonna take the fight to them. Got the Hex on Skye, and with her invisibility, she does manage to make it out alive. That's good. Let's get a big, beefy swarm there. And I have regenerated all of my blood health. I think I accidentally hexed the wrong person, though. I did. Let's take him out. Let's get another swarm here. Put the Hex out. I think I'm probably dead, though. Yeah, I am dead. Come on, Swarm. Keep that Atlas alive. It's all down to him. Does he have a rewind? Come on, man. Oh, he doesn't have it. Okay, well, I guess I spoke too soon about this match being a blowout, didn't I? Because the enemies have captured the objective. No. I'll max up my morale boost. I'm not really feeling the need to buy Chronos right now. Maybe that's because my team is a little scattered and I don't feel like my Swarm is the primary form of healing most of the time, and I can kind of just slap one down and forget about it. I don't know. But, yeah. I am definitely feeling that it is a lot easier to play and that the survivability is pretty good, which, you know, if the survivability wasn't better with this talent, it would be a complete failure. But yeah, look at that. Reduced blood costs on the abilities, we can actually get away there. But if I had deployed that Swarm with a normal talent, I wouldn't have had enough blood health to jump away. So that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Here's a Swarm for you. Hello, Ying. Oh boy. Let me get a Swarm down here. That'll also help me do some damage, get my ammo refunded. Let me throw this on you. Oh, she's so low, I want her. Come back. Whoa! No, I missed. That hit the wrong person. Okay, I'm up way too far. What was that guy's plan? Okay, let me swarm you real quick just to heal you up. Medium swarm. No big deal. And... alright, we are chilling. Good. I'm just going to charge this up. I think I can put it down by Sha. And I need to put Hex back. I actually probably should have put it on Sha since he is moving. Here, I'll put a Swarm preemptively there, so that way he can have that as he fights around the corner. I think their Omen might be a bot. Oh, and Skye just died. Alright. And that's Strix shooting at me. Here's the Hex. And let's throw this up here, because yeah, Atlas is coming back around there, so I want to heal him as he comes around. There we go. Yay, things are happening. Oh, they're flanking. Whoa! Hey! Ho! Hey! Alright, I'll use that for the DR and the survivability. Just get the heck out. Oh, come on. Here you go, Sha. There's a Swarm. I'll take the fight to him. Yes! Buffed up Lillith ult. We got him. Oh, but I'm dead. Jeez. That wasn't a headshot. That was just 2 regular body shots, and I am gone. I suppose we might do a bit of armor plating to get a little bit more survivability. So now I'm draining less blood health because of my talent for my abilities, and I'm taking less damage from the Strix and the Omen and the Mave for all mostly weapon damage. Now, do they touch this? Ruckus? Ruckus going for it? He is? Ah, but he's just a little too late and he gets rewound. Very nice. Okay. So we do have a shot at winning this. If Omen is indeed a bot, then we probably will win right now. Which, you know, it's kind of sad to think about, but what can you do? It's Paladins casuals, and to be honest, Lillith is not exactly one of my favorite supports. As a matter of fact, I'd say she is one of my least favorite supports, because I've always found her a little bit clunky to play. So, I'm probably not going to record a second match. My point has been made, I think. I discussed everything I think I want to discuss, and I'm very curious to see what the Lillith mains think about this talent in the comment section down below. Because that's ultimately what I want this video to serve as, you know, kind of a discussion point. I don't necessarily assert that this talent is meta. I do assert that it's probably still the best new player option for beginner Lillith players, but the rest, I mean, I will leave that up to people who know more about this character than I do. I don't even understand all of her mechanics. I only just recently learned that Swarm has lifesteal on it. Like, I'm not talking about the lifesteal card, I'm talking about the fact that if you have enemies sitting in your Swarm, you heal for a proportion of the damage dealt to them. I think it's like 25%. I didn't know that. Like, her abilities are so complicated. I'd rather play Damba. Which Damba's a skillful support too, but like, compared to Lillith, his abilities are so simple. Throw the gourd at the ground, it heals and does damage, and that's it. No ammo refund, no lifesteal, no multi-charge thing that consumes more of your health, but also heals for more, and his right click is just heal the teammates. And maybe apply a speed buff, and maybe give yourself damage reduction, depending on your cards. And you're more intimately aware of what buffs you get because of the cards that you put in your loadout. Whereas with Lillith, it's just like, the Hex does how many things at once? Let's see, the Hex. I put it on my teammates, and it heals them for a set rate that increases every single tick. And it also heals me for basically the same. And it also refunds ammo if I put it on an enemy, because if I put it on an enemy, it does damage to them proportionate to their health. So the lower HP they are, the less health damage that it deals. It can't kill them, but if I shoot them, then it refunds my ammo back, and it also reveals them to me, but also if I can run a card that will reveal them to the rest of my team, but not for the full duration of the Hex, only for the first 2 seconds. And then, it's just a lot. It's this character, man, she is the definition of bloat. But anyways, we actually ended up getting 7 kills there somehow. I kind of was just picking them off, I guess, cleaning up a few kills here and there. It's casuals, man. And even if ranked was back and available again, gosh, I am not a good enough Lillith to even have attempted to test this in ranked. So that is going to do it for today's video. Like I already said, let me know what you think about this in the comments section down below. And yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And also, if you want to support the channel directly, then I have to, of course, give a shout out to the Nexus, nexus.gg/AndrewChicken. Here you can buy crystals, season pass, DLC, all of this amazing stuff. And you can support the channel directly in the process. So if you're looking to buy the event pass, you can just get those crystals for that at the Nexus, plug in the code right over here. And yeah, you will support the channel, you'll pay the same price that you normally do, but a portion of the proceeds go to keeping the lights on over here at ye old AndrewChicken studio. That's actually a bedroom, don't worry about it. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.